you have gone through so much of trauma in your personal life. Your family was assassinated. While many of us remember that phase of the 70s and 80s, there are many young Indians who are not aware. Ma'am, in your own words, could you tell me what you faced in those years?
You know, 1971, when war started, my father was arrested. My mother was in custody, me too, and I was expecting my first baby. But I thanks to India government, India people, India, they supported our,
War of Independence.
War of Liberation. They not only supported War of Liberation, also they gave shelter our refugees all. Then comes 1975. It was so suddenly it happened. Only 15 days ago, my sister and myself, we left the country. I went to Germany, where my husband, he was the nuclear scientist. He was doing his post-PhD research there. So we just went there just for few days, couple of months.
But suddenly, I'm sorry to interrupt. What was your last meeting with your father before you left?
It is 30th July.
You remember that clearly?
Yeah.
Your mother and father?
Mother, father, everybody. I was to as because my husband was abroad, so I used to live in the same house. So that day, everybody was there. My father, mother, my three brothers, two newly wedded sister-in-laws. Everybody was there. So all of siblings and their spouse, they came to the airport to see us off, and we met father and mother. That was the last day. Yeah. Then 15th August in the morning, we heard this news, but we couldn't believe it. It was really unbelievable that any Bengali could do it. And still we didn't know what really happened. Only there was a coup, and then we heard that my father was assassinated, but we didn't know that all the family members were, they were assassinated. But that time, Mrs. Gandhi immediately sent information that she wanted to give us, security and shelter. So we received, especially from Marshal Tito from Yugoslavia and Mrs. Gandhi, and we decided to come back here because we had in our mind that if we go to Delhi, from Delhi we will be able to go back to our country, and then we will be able to know how many members of family still alive.
How do you cope with that, ma'am, to know that your entire family is wiped out?
It's a very difficult time. When I heard this news, the ambassador, Germany, Mr. Humayun Rashid Chaudhary, he called me alone and then he told me. For a few moments I didn't know where I was, but I thought about my sister. She is 10 years younger than me, so actually I thought how she will take it. It is so difficult for her. Then when we returned to Delhi, at first they put us in a house with all security because they are also worried about us.
Did you feel that you could be a target at that stage?
There was news like this because those who killed our parents after their attack 3 houses at a time.
To find you?
No, to kill members, like my father's sister, 2 sisters' house, and they killed family members simultaneously.
How many members were killed, ma'am?
Almost 18 members, and some mostly my relatives, and then some maid servant and their children, there were some guests, my uncle.
So it was to see that nobody from Bangabandhu's family ever comes back to power, right?
Exactly. My younger brother was only 10 years old, so they didn't spare him too. So when we returned Delhi, it was perhaps 24th August. Then I met Prime Minister Mrs. Gandhi. She called us, and so there we came to know that nobody is alive. Then she made all the arrangements for us, a job for my husband, and this Pandara Road house. We stayed there. So first 2-3 years, actually it was so difficult to accept this. My children, my son was only 4 years old, and my daughter, she is younger than him. Both of them used to cry to go to my mother, my father, and they used to remember my younger brother mostly. So but then gradually we have, and well, as because I have children, my sister is there, so this sorrow, pain, it was very difficult, but still we have, well, we have to think what to do. We should do something. We cannot live like this. And this crime not only killed my father, also they changed the ideology of our liberation war. Everything just one night, everything just changed. And those killers, they are haunting us, that they are trying to find out where we are. So when we live in Pandara Road, even we couldn't, our name was changed.
In Delhi, in Pandara?
In Delhi, yeah.
So you lived under a different name also?
Different name.
Okay.
And it is so painful that you cannot use your own name, own identity.
Yes, yeah. I can imagine.
Because of the security purpose, they did not allow us.
So nobody from Bangladesh came to meet you in those years?
At the beginning, almost all, because of all my family members, those
they were not allowed to come.
Well, those who survived, and within this, like my auntie and my 2 cousin sisters and one brother, they got bullet shot, so they got treatment, and after that most of them, they just went to Calcutta. But first 2-3 years we couldn't meet anybody.
You were in India from 75 to
81.
81. It is many say that people came to you and said you should come, and they kept asking you to lead the Awami League and to come back to India, come back to Bangladesh, but you were hesitant. You didn't want to get into politics at that stage. It was too traumatic.
No, actually what happened, almost all the members, those who betrayed, beside that, other were arrested, and then you know what happened. There was another coup in 3rd November. So then many of our leaders were assassinated. So at the beginning nobody was allowed to come to us. Then gradually my auntie, 2 auntie, they were there. Gradually they started allowing them to come to Delhi, or once I went to Calcutta.
Was there any doubt like that you didn't want to get into? You didn't want to come back?
No, not that.
Too many memories of Dhaka?
I want to come back. Definitely I want to come. I wanted to come back to my country, definitely. But taking responsibility of party, such a big party, I never thought about it. But when I was in London, that time I took initiative to organize our political party. I used to travel a lot in different, and then our organization, I work with our local in London. There are a very big community, the diaspora. I work with them and organize political party. And their first time I appear before people, I address a public meeting in York Hall, 16th August 1980. There we demanded the trial of
the killers.
And 79, my sister, she went to Sweden. There, our ambassador, he didn't join government, he resigned, and he organized a meeting demanding the trial of the killer. So there she attended, and in 80 I addressed, but I never thought to take any post or position, but definitely for democracy, for rule of law, and for trial of these killers, I was very
to bring
vocal.
them to justice.
Yeah,
yes.
To bring them to justice, to bring them to book, so that the trial should take place, because there was an immunity to them. There was the indemnity ordinance they issued, so you cannot demand or file any case against the killer. Killers got all type of facilities and immunity. This is very unlawful. The killer, and they killed, it's open, and they claim that yes, they committed this crime. They very vocal they were, because they thought they are very powerful. So I started
yes,
this movement, and also many member of parliaments I met in British Parliament. So we demanded for justice. Also we set up a commission, Sean McBride, Nobel laureate, Sir Thomas Williams, QC MP, all together we set up a commission, and through that commission we demanded that the investigation should take place. So from that commission, Sir Thomas Williams, visa to come to Bangladesh, but the then military dictator didn't give any visa, didn't allow him to come to Bangladesh and investigate the killing. So that was the situation, and you can understand, in one hand we lost everybody, and other hand I cannot ask for justice.
Yeah.
Justice was denied. So that was the situation that time. Then again I returned to Delhi, end of 80 or 81.
81. Huh.
Then 81, when I returned to Delhi, in 80s I returned. Then Awami League had conference, and that time they, in my absentia, they declared me as the president of the party.